Hi everyone, this is Donny Lowy from Closeout I hope you're doing well today. Today I'd like to discuss with you how an independent store can buy wholesale clothing in order to compete against established chains. So I'm going to give you basically wholesale clothing buying tips that independent stores can use. The first tip that I would suggest is to look for special closeouts from up-and-coming designers. If you get a closeout from an up-and-coming designer, you're going to win in two ways. You're going to win, first of all, by having a closeout of a designer who is not widely available in the market. So let's say there's a new designer that's coming up in New York, and you have your boutique in Brooklyn, or you have your boutique in Lagos, and you get a great closeout from that designer's clothing. Now you're going to have clothing in your boutique, in your clothing store, that other people are not going to have access to. You're also going to win in a second way. Since you bought the clothing as a closeout, you're going to pay a lower wholesale price than if you bought it as a regular wholesale order. And that brings me to the second way that an independent clothing store can challenge the large established national and international retailers for that matter. That's by looking for closeouts on the marketplace. You can also, as an independent retailer, buy brand name clothing, but instead of just calling the brands directly and asking to buy the regular brand name, merchandise which they put out, let's say, every month or every season, ask them for any closeouts. If you want to call the brand directly, find out, do they have any closeouts you can buy, and let them know that it's okay if it's from a previous season. Most customers, from what I have seen, don't mind if the clothing either came out this month or came out 2 months ago or 3 months ago, or even 6 months ago. Of course, every customer is different, and there's a limit to what season the clothing is from. But a lot of times the styles don't change that much, and people are okay with buying a brand name, dress or brand name shirt, even if it's from a previous season, if they're getting it at a good enough price. Besides buying from the brands directly, you can buy closeouts from closeout warehouses like my warehouse, where I get department store overstocks. You're going to get brand name clothing from a previous season, but it's going to be brand names like the Harry, Jones New York, Nine West, Calvin Klein, and other brands at below the wholesale price. Now, another way to stand out from a national or international retail chain is by doing a lot of community I would say projects, community events. Get yourself involved with the community. This way you are known in the community and people want to support those who support them. So what you can do with your clothing store is have an event where you can have, let's say, local poets come to one night and recite poetry, and then their friends and their relatives will come listen to them. And first of all, they'll appreciate the fact that you're supporting a local poet, and also in addition, once they're in your store, they can make a purchase of the clothing, or come back at a later date, or even just tell their family and friends about the really nice clothing store that they went to listen to a poetry recital. And you could do the same thing with artists, with musicians. Another thing that I would suggest, find designers in your area and start representing them. Give them an opportunity to sell their clothing in your shop. Now, of course, you want to make money in that clothing, but your primary goal is going to be to become established and to gain a reputation for having unique clothing that is not available other places. And also, you're going to let your community know that you are supporting up-and-coming local designers. So, in other words, you're giving back to the community which you are conducting business in. I hope you enjoyed this video. The next time you're in New York, please visit my warehouse. My website is closeoutexplosion.com. If you have any ideas, any suggestions, I would love to hear from you. Thank you and have an amazing day.